Okay, good afternoon, my dear kids of the ninth standard. Welcome back once again to the world of science. This is Mithun Raj, your science teacher, signing in from this part of the world, from Cochin, Kerala. And today we will discuss about the remaining part of plant tissues. Okay. So, what were we discussing yesterday? We were discussing about meristematic tissues, isn't it? Okay, apical, lateral, and intercalary meristematic tissues. We already discussed that. I hope you all understand it very well. And also, the one important thing, the notes which I am giving, it must be completed. Okay, don't keep any pending works. Okay, pending work means it will be a big workload at the end of the time. Actually, that much note. The note which I haven't given you, it is very elaborated notes. Mostly textbook question answers will come for 9th standard. If you want, you can write it into your science notebook. Otherwise, you can take the print and keep it as a reference. Okay, it will be easier for you than reading the textbook. Okay, textbook means there's lots of applications are there. You won't understand that without the help of an external teacher or somebody else. But notes, it's very simple, you will understand it. So now we are going to study about meristematic tissues and two types of plant tissues were there. We studied meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristematic tissues are there. Apical present at the tip, lateral present at the side of the stem, intercalary present at the nodes. Nodes mean this point, joining of the part. Okay, base of the leaves is called as node. Now the second one is permanent tissues. Okay, what are permanent tissues? Actually, permanent tissues are also formed from meristematic tissues. Okay, but at a particular time, their growth is finished. It will stop its growth. Basically, this meristematic tissues, what are their duties? Their duties is to increase the length of the plant and the thickness of the plant. Okay, but in the case of permanent tissues, what's their duty? Their duty is to provide strength to that plant. Okay, mechanical strength to that plant. At the same time, the transportation of food, minerals, water and all inside the plants, these are done by these permanent tissues. Okay. Permanent tissues, what is permanent tissues? Definition. First one, we will go with the definition. Okay. I hope this is an easy chapter, but main thing is you must study all these names. In this textbook there is a lot of things given, lots of diagrams and all given. Actually it's not needed for. While reading these definitions, you just refer that diagrams. Okay, they won't come for exam anyway. That diagrams they won't ask for exam. It's only for a reference. I don't know why these NCERT textbooks are making those diagrams that much difficult. Very easy diagrams are available in other sources. But anyway, it is the main reference book. We cannot avoid that book. Okay, in this chapter, diagrams, that much diagrams are not there. Which diagrams are important, that I will give in notes. Okay, that you must study it. Mostly diagrams are not there in this chapter. I will check one more time. I think in that animal tissue some diagrams are there. But regarding that, there won't be any diagrams in this chapter. Okay. Okay. Don't get worried by seeing that diagrams in the textbook. Okay, it's only for reference. You don't want to study it all. Only for reference. You want to study the working of each and every tissues in plants and animals. That's the chapter. The main problem is this pronunciation and this spelling. Most of the students, they will make this spelling wrong. In the case of proper nouns, in between words, if in prepositions, articles and all, if you are making any mistakes, means no problem. But in the case of proper noun, these are names. Okay, proper nouns. Parangai, makolangai, maskrirangai, ma. If you are making mistakes in that names, the entire meaning is gone. Okay, so it is better not to make mistakes regarding these proper nouns. Okay, let us start. It's a very small chapter. I will try to finish each session between 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, it will be boring for you if I continue for a long time. So let's see for the definition. Permanent tissues are formed from meristematic tissues. Important point. They do not divide and have permanent shape and size. This is the main. Permanent tissues do not divide and have permanent shape and size. That's why it is called as permanent tissues. Okay. They differentiate into different types of permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are of two types: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Okay. Permanent tissues, they do not divide and have permanent shape and size. That's why it is called as permanent tissues. They are also divided into two: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Let's see. Simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues means they are made up of only one type of cells. Understand? That's an important point. Tissues means a combination of cells which perform same type of work. Okay? But in the case of complex permanent tissues like xylem and phloem, they are made up of different types of cells. Okay? Some cells are different in them. That's why it is called as complex permanent tissues. First we will go with this simple permanent tissues. Today's class is simple permanent tissues. Three types of simple permanent tissues are there: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, you want to study it as it is. Okay, parenchyma, sclerenchyma, collenchyma. Let's see first one. So what is this parenchyma? Parenchyma actually, it is unspecialized cell with thin primary wall. Basically their function is to do the internal work of a plant. Understand? Like secretion, storage and photosynthesis. You studied about photosynthesis. Secretion, you see some of the plants will produce lots of secretion inside it. Isn't it? For example, latex from rubber tree. Have you seen it? Some types of secretions are coming out of the trees. That secretion is being stored inside this parenchyma. See the difference between parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. The gap between each cells are more in parenchyma, less in collenchyma and almost zero in sclerenchyma. Understand? They are unspecialized cells with thin primary walls. Very thin primary wall. See? Very thin wall. But in this case, see, some of them are thin, some of them are thick. But in the case of sclerenchyma, their wall is very, very thick because they are dead cells. Understand? Most of them are dead. Sclerenchyma, most of them are dead. And the main function of parenchyma is to store food and water, produce secretion inside the plants and photosynthesis, help in photosynthesis because it has chloroform present in there. Collenchyma support the leaves and the stem. Mostly collenchyma types of tissues are present in leaves and stems to provide supports. They are elongated cells with uneven primary walls leaving at maturity. Uneven primary walls. See, some are same like parenchyma. Some are like sclerenchyma. See, these are like sclerenchyma. These are like parenchyma. Understand? Their collenchyma's function is to provide support for the leaves and stem. Understand? And sclerenchyma, elongated with very thick secondary wall, dead, mostly dead cells. And their function is to provide the mechanical strength of that plant. Understand? Mechanical strength of plant. We can discuss it one by one. See, these are the parenchyma. These are different photos. Just leave it. If you cannot understand anything, just leave it. No problem. Okay. In textbook it is given. Just go through the textbook also. It is difficult in textbook also. But leave this. This one is parenchyma. Understand? Consists of loosely packed thin wall cells having more intercellular places. Intercellular spaces. See, some spaces are there in between cells. They are not very tight. Understand? They are not very tight. So parenchyma cells, they can store food. It will have chloroplast in them. Chloroplast is the main pigment which helps in photosynthesis. Okay, that's why its color is green. See, chloroplast means green in color. It's a green pigment. You will study in detail in 10th standard regarding that. Okay. So some parenchyma cells have large air cavities which help the plant to float. Large air cavities is called as what? Vacuoles. You already studied in the first chapter. Isn't it? First chapter of biology studied or not? Vacuoles are present in the plant cells. So that is present in this part, parenchyma. Some parenchyma cells of roots and stems store water and minerals. Some parenchyma will store water. The main function is what? To store food and water. Some parenchyma has chloroplast in it, so it helps in photosynthesis. And some air cavities are there. It will help to float the plant in water. Like for example, these algae and lots of plants are there which is floating in water. Last one is collenchyma. See, here parenchyma is not that much closely packed. It has some gap. Collenchyma is very much closely packed. But at the case sclerenchyma, it's almost like one layer, like a concrete block. That is the difference between collenchyma, sclerenchyma and parenchyma. Notes I have given, study that. That's it. Okay. This diagram, leave it. It's very difficult to understand this diagram. This consists of elongated cells having less intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces is very less in parenchyma. Okay. Medium in collenchyma and very much or almost zero in sclerenchyma. That's it. Thicker at the corners, they give flexibility and allows easy bending of the trees. Okay. Some gap is there. Small gaps we can see. See, small gaps are there. They are the reason for flexibility of the trees. Isn't it? If we climb upon a tree or if we bend a rose plant, it is flexible, isn't it? It is flexible because sclerenchyma is present in it. Different parts like stem, leaves, etc. has collenchyma, and they will give mechanical support also. They provide strength also for these plants. Next. Sclerenchyma you already know. Very thick walled cells. There is no gap. Intercellular spaces is zero. Okay. It consists of long narrow dead cells. All of them are dead cells. Walls containing lignin, a chemical substance which act like cement and hardens. The walls of these sclerenchyma contains this lignin. It's a one mark question. Okay, it's a particular type of chemical which act as a glue or a concrete so that it will become. See what we are doing in our home, between the bricks we are adding concrete, isn't it? The same thing is happening here. Its chemical's name is lignin, a chemical substance which acts as cement, and it is very strong also. The main function of sclerenchyma is to provide with what? Mechanical strength. The strength of the tree is because of the presence of sclerenchyma in it. Okay, that's it. That's the three thing. Notes here. This is the collenchyma. These are like mostly it is like same photo. Textbook also it is like that. Just leave that photo. It is difficult. Tomorrow we will study about this xylem, phloem and all. Okay. After that, plant tissue is finished. Then we will start with animal tissues. Okay. So that is about these permanent tissues. Tomorrow we will study about complex permanent tissues and we will end the class. Okay. That's it, my dear kids. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and do the works regularly. Okay. Practice them regularly so that it will be easier for you to understand all those things. Okay, my dear kids. Mithun Rai signing off from this part of the world. Stay home, stay safe, especially during this corona situation. Okay, it is very dangerous for especially kids to go outside. Your body strength and maturity and everything is not 100%, so stay at home. Okay, we young people, we are not that much vulnerable to this coronavirus. Who knows? Anyway, stay home. That's the best thing to be get escaped from this virus. Okay, hope this class was also an interesting one. So, with Ryan signing off from this part of the world. Bye bye, my dear kids. Stay home, stay safe, and goodbye and Jai Hind.